Okay, today I'm going to talk about difficult questions about the carnivore diet and what is normal aging. Stay tuned. Okay, it's me. I don't know which to start with. A couple of things I want to talk about. So the first thing that I'll probably talk about, I think, are the difficult questions surrounding the carnivore diet. What I'm finding is that when I tell people what I'm doing, they look at me like I'm a head case. And I've been there before. I was vegan when I was in my mid-30s, and back then most people had no idea what a vegan diet was. And so I found that while I was vegan, I spent a lot of time explaining to people why I ate the way that I ate and what I didn't eat. And what I found was that for a lot of people, when I told them, would go into this kind of instant defensive excuse making mode, where they'd go, "Oh, I don't think I could do that. I don't think that I could eat like that." And that's what I'm finding with carnivore as well. It's as though people, because I'm doing something that's really different from their beliefs, from something that messes with their paradigm, that they think that I'm telling them that they should be doing it too. And I'm not. I'm just telling them that I'm doing it. I'm trying to sort some shit out with my health. I'm experimenting on myself, and I'm eating like that. And it has nothing to do with them. But for some reason, they seem to feel that it does. Now, I was away in the weekend visiting family, and one of my family members, when I said that I had told a couple of clients what I was doing with my diet, and I said that I could tell from their response that they think that I'm nuts because I'm not eating vegetables. And so the response there was, well, maybe you shouldn't tell them. Just don't tell them, But that's not me. I can't not tell them if the topic comes up, partly because there's something within me that I'm compelled to share information and ideas that I think are worth sharing. Whether it doesn't mean that I 100% believe that they're the only way or accurate. Sometimes it's just about asking a question or putting something out there, because I personally like to have decent conversations, and something like the carnivore diet provides the opportunity to have a good conversation. But often I find that other people aren't up to that. They just want to jump into making excuses about why they couldn't stop eating veggies and how they couldn't do that and everything else. It's really interesting. When I was in my mid-30s and I was vegan, in the end, it started to drive me really nuts. It really bothered me. I copped quite a hard time from people that I was socialising with back then, and it seemed to be non-stop. Like they were always on my case, always. Now, 20-something years older, I'm a little bit more thick-skinned, and I find it interesting and kind of amusing the way that people respond. Because, like I said, I'm not telling them what to do. I'm not saying to them that they should be on a carnivore diet. I'm just saying that's what I'm doing. And they can eat whatever they want. Their body, their life, their health. I'm just doing something for me to see if it works. And so even within that carnivore diet, I mean, there's all these different ideas about what should and shouldn't be eaten, and I'm not fixed on any of those. I'm willing to experiment to see what works for me. So I've done a couple of months on really strict carnivore, and then at the moment I'm having some fibre and some berries because I've been having trouble with my bowel, and so I'm just trying to work that out and see what I need to do. And what I'm doing at the moment might change from later on, just, once things are healed more and sorted out, that will probably be different. And so I think that's maybe where I'm a little bit different than some people, is that I don't have fixed ideas, and I'm open to new ideas, and I'm open to challenging my beliefs always. So yeah. Now, this topic kind of goes hand in hand with what I want to talk about with regards to aging, because the other question I get is, why am I doing this? And I have a massive list, great big list of things. And most of them are just really little things. Few more serious things, which I've discussed, which was my blood glucose was getting a little bit high. Nothing major, but it was getting a little bit higher than I wanted it to be. My blood pressure was doing something weird, and I was having dizzy spells on a fairly regular basis, and nosebleeds as well. And so they were kind of the main things. I felt like there might be something going on with my heart. So they were the main things that were concerning me, and the reason that I was looking for something to a different way, basically. But apart from those, there's a whole bunch of stuff that's going on with me that I know are signs of deterioration. I mean, I'm overweight for a start. That's not unusual for me, though. It's been kind of lifelong, up, down, up, down, up, down. But there's a whole lot of little things, like issues with my skin, different areas of my body. I've got different little issues with my skin. I've got some little itchy things on my shins that have been there for 5 years, that are now healing and going away. I was having problems with itchy skin on my arm, which I've had off and on over the years as well. I had it for a lot of years when I was younger, and I believe it's to do with yeast, or maybe a candida thing or something. Something along those lines, perhaps. That's gone away. I have gum disease, and I have what else? I was having problems with my sleep, which has pretty much resolved, and I was having a lot of aches and pains, and joint pain, and muscle pain, and that sort of thing, tendon pain. I was having issues with my eyes. They were deteriorating really quickly, and I was having a feeling of pressure in this right eye, which is the worst eye for seeing long distance. What else? There's a whole bunch of things. As I said, I've got a list this long of things, because I wrote them all down, because otherwise you forget where you're at. So I wrote them all down, and so I've got this massive big list. And for a lot of people, a lot of those things, they'll say, oh, it's just because you're getting old. But it's not. Age has got nothing to do with it. Age is just a number. And that is what I tell a lot of my clients all the time. Because the fact that these things kick in as you get older isn't because you're getting older. It's because your body is accumulating toxins. It's because you're not getting enough nutrition. It's because you're not getting enough sunshine or exercise. It's because you've been using toxic crap all over your skin for all of your life. It's because of all of these lifestyle things. And so it's not the age, it's the lifestyle, and it's the diet, and it's the mental, what's going on in your mind. All of these things all contribute to what's going on in your body. Now, I see people, I've been working on people's bodies for over 25 years, and so I see people who are the same age that are absolute poles apart in their health. I see people whose skin in their 60s and 70s is an absolute mess, just covered in lumps and bumps and warty, freckly, horrible, moly, pimply, warty things, The more drugs that people are on, the worse that usually is, as in pharmaceutical drugs. But then I see other people that are that age and their skin is clear and it's in good condition. I see people who are in their 70s and 80s and their eyes are dull and lifeless and bloodshot and just faded looking. And then I see people in their 70s and 80s whose eyes are clear and bright and vibrant looking, And that's the difference. It's not the age, it's the state of health. And I see that the first time this really clicked with me was when we lived here in New Zealand in Te Araha last time. This was about probably 16, 17 years ago. And I had two women that came in the same day, and they were the same age. One of them looked like she was on death's door. They were in their 60s. One of them looked like she was on death's door, and the other one had just walked up to the top of Mount Te Araha and had sore legs. Mount Te Araha is 1,000 metres above sea level. So when I looked, and I was like, oh my God, these ladies were the same age. And they're absolute poles apart. And so for me, I want to go into my 60s and my 70s and my 80s and my 90s and maybe beyond as healthy as I can be. And so I'm willing to try different things. And that's I guess, where a lot of people aren't willing. I mean, there's a saying that says the definition of madness is to keep doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. And that's exactly the way most people live their lives. They keep eating the same shit, doing the same things, thinking the same things, and expecting, I don't know, some kind of miracle. They come to people who are natural practitioners or to their doctor and want to be fixed when they can't be fixed by someone else. Their health can't be fixed by someone else. I mean, I can help people with their pain in their body and different things that are going on with them, but to actually keep themselves healthy, they need to do it themselves. And that's where a lot of people just kind of fall down, I think. And because of this whole paradigm, everybody's been taught that it's just aging, you're just getting old, and you fall apart. Aging is not for the faint-hearted. I hear that often, and yeah, it's not if you are not willing to create change and try different things to keep yourself healthy. So that's why I'm on the carnivore diet. I mean, my body's has never been a particularly easy body to live in, and so I've always had to try different things and find ways to keep it as healthy as I can, I guess. Because if I didn't, I don't even think I'd be here now. I'm pretty damn sure I wouldn't be here now. So, yeah. So that's kind of what I wanted to talk about, really. I don't know if there's anything more. I don't know if I've missed anything out. But yeah, those questions are surrounding the carnivore diet. If you're on a carnivore diet, post comments below and let me know what you say to people, or whether you tell them. I mean, I know there are people out there that don't tell anyone what they're doing. They just do it. But for me, I like to share with people because there might be somebody out there who needs this information. And that's the thing, if you don't talk about things that can help people, then they're not going to know, are they? So yeah, I think that's it. Just a chat. If you like this video, please subscribe, like, share with anybody who might be interested. And thank you for watching. And I'll talk to you again another day. Bye.